it's so hot, like everywhere else in the country, and it's just important to give them some shade during the day. Time to combine the flocks. These girls' position is actually okay because they follow the steers, and the steers are still over in this section. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the fence, the poultry netting, and I'm going to take it down and sort of collapse it down this way so that it starts here instead of way back there. And then I'll extend it that way behind the compost and into that stuff over there in the shade that they haven't been in yet. It's so hot, like everywhere else in the country, and it's just important to give them some shade during the day. So that's just what I'm going to do with it this morning. came out to this corner to place the fence, and it's just, suddenly why are these limbs so low? Well, up top, looks like the wind took its toll yet again. So both of the big limbs off of this side tree came down. Previously, I lost a whole third of this giant tree here because it fell that way, which is why I have all of this dead tree stuff over here. Oh, these girls always love the compost. Everything is awesome. Life is good. You can see I'm kind of soaked through. That's just an indicator of temperature and humidity, because you got to watch it all. I really didn't do anything that was super exerting. But it just drains it out of you, you know? But I got some things I got to do in town today, so I guess that works out. Look at this. They've had new penned area, new pasture area for 30 minutes. These little boogers have already jumped out to wander around. Well, speaking of troublemaking little hens, because they're hens now, they're laying eggs, right? Remember, it's the very tiny eggs, call them fairy eggs. It's time to combine the flocks. So some things I got to think about. Obviously, the best time to do it is at night, after they've all gone to bed, and hopefully after they're all sort of asleep. Then I need to get them out of the coop that they're in and put them in the coop with the big girls, and try to do so with a minimum of disturbance. And then, of course, in the morning when they all wake up, they're kind of funny like that. They're like, oh, you were sleeping here last night? You must be part of our flock. And then they're okay. They come out. There'll be some dominance issues. And these little girls will learn their place in the flock, the pecking order, right? Sauron should keep the damage to a minimum. And now he's got a whole bunch of new girls, and my popularity goes way up with him. I think my biggest challenge in the past with this is, how do I get all of these hens out of the small coop? Because there's no easy point of access. I've got the big door on one end, and I've got 2 levels of egg box doors in the back. But there's no, I mean, it's possible for them to keep running to different places within the coop that I can't reach them, which just causes frustration, and at the end of it, nobody's asleep. I have to think about that a little bit, but it's not a rush. I've only got 2 eggs, and that's in the last couple of days because I checked before, so they're just starting. There's not a reason to rush this. I want to do it right. So that's something I'm going to be working on in my head, and then in practice when I modify that coop for the actual move. I think that's going to do it from here. We'll talk to you guys later. You better run. Nothing but trouble. Man.